I'm sure all of us at one point in our lives have said or heard someone else say, I can't do this, it's too hard, it's not for me. Or whatever the generic excuse people use when they keep failing at something and they just can't get it right. I've decided to create this video to help all of those people, myself included, stop saying it's too hard for me and start saying I'm doing this. When I think of success, the first stories that come to mind are those of Jack Ma, Elon Musk, Steve Jobs, Martin Luther King, Albert Einstein, and all of these people and their stories have something in common. They have all experienced failure. Some were high school dropouts, some didn't get a job where 27 people applied and 26 were accepted. But they have not failed in a true sense. Let me illustrate this point with a story. Twin brothers by the names of Benjamin and William were training karate at the same dojo since they were 5. Karate was their passion and they truly enjoyed every training session. Their father was their teacher at the dojo their entire life. They've learned all sorts of methods and techniques of fighting. They even competed in championships. Most notable was when they both entered the Junior National Karate Championship. William won the first place at the championship, while Benjamin was third. Since their father was the owner at the dojo, most people assumed that William would take over, as he was the more talented and had better results at every championship or tourney. Their father didn't want to let championship results dictate who would lead the dojo. On their 18th birthday, besides money, they were given another present. It was more of a challenge than a present, but a present nonetheless. The father came to his sons and told them, "One of you is going to become the new leader of the club. A month from now, we are going to hold specialized matches every day. The goal is for you to land a single point on me. The first one to do so becomes the new leader." This might sound like a simple task to outsiders, but the brothers knew this was a true challenge. Their father was extremely skilled, and since the brothers were little, they do not remember anyone scoring a single point against their father. They started training even harder than before. They would be practicing kicks and punches every single day. When they sparred against one another, William would have the upper hand in most matches. Benjamin did not let this get to his head. He would practice even harder and harder because it was his life's dream to succeed his father. So he started getting up an hour earlier than William. He wanted to get in as much training as possible and win the competition. He was, however, still losing most of his matches to William. But it was way better than at the start of the month. The month of training went by lightning fast, and so the matches to decide the fate of the dojo have begun. Their first week was a series of losses for both brothers, but a clear difference was seen. William always seemed to be faster and closer to getting a point, but that wasn't the only difference. They also had a different approach. Benjamin was doing the same technique over and over again, while William gave up on a technique if he couldn't do it well enough to score a point against their father right away. As he said in his own words, "I'm going to find a technique with which I can beat him." Benjamin, however, didn't change his technique from the first match. Benjamin believed that if he improved the technique enough, he would surpass his father in it and win. And it showed. Every match he was getting closer and closer to scoring a point. William, however, seemed to be at the same distance as when the matches started. William couldn't understand what Benjamin was doing. Even though he lost at this point at least 500 times, he still insists on doing the same technique. So he came to his brother and asked, "Bro, why do you keep doing the same technique over and over? He knows what you're going to do. It's not going to work. Isn't it already time you learned your lesson?" Benjamin replied, "It doesn't matter if I fail 1,000, 10,000, a million times. I only have to win once. And a couple of weeks later, it proved to be true. Benjamin scored a point against their father and became the new leader of the dojo. This story reminds me of something Bruce Lee once said. I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times. People often confuse failure with lack of success. The famous people you know didn't fail because they weren't accepted at KFC or because they dropped out of high school. They didn't fail because they didn't quit. Failure is not you saying, I didn't do it right. Failure is you saying, I won't do it anymore. Life will always be full of setbacks. I want you to think back to a time you wanted to do something difficult. Was it comfortable at first? In most cases, the answer would be no, and that's a good thing. In fact, it's great. I want you to imagine 3 circles. One big circle with 2 smaller circles inside of it. Let's paint the middle circle green and fill it with the productive things you're comfortable doing. Let's call this your comfort zone. Let's say you wanted to learn a new language and the green zone would be filled with things such as watching TV shows in a foreign language, reading a textbook here and there, maybe even doing some vocabulary exercises. Now let's paint the next bigger circle yellow. Let's call this your productivity zone. Here we would fill the circle with things that are slightly uncomfortable but not entirely outside of your reach. In the language learning example, it would be talking to a foreigner or taking a test to see your knowledge. This is the best place you can be in, but I'll get to that in a minute. Let's move on to the last and the biggest circle. We will paint this circle red and call it a danger zone. This happens when you've pushed or have been pushed into situations where it's so uncomfortable for you that you cannot grow. In our language learning example, that would be entering a conference room in a language you barely know and were expected to give a speech on a complex topic. You can only learn by slightly pushing yourself. Let's get back to the yellow circle, since it's the best one to be in while you're trying to get better at something or learn something new. Comfort won't push your limits. If you're running 1K every day at a comfortable pace, you won't be able to suddenly run 5K or 50K. Growth takes time. You need to push yourself a little every day. As Michael Jordan would say, I can accept failure. Everyone fails at something. But I can't accept not trying. So if you truly want to be successful at something, you need to sacrifice today's pleasures for a better tomorrow. Make small changes in life to make it less comfortable. It will be worth it. Don't watch a TV show while eating dinner. Watch an online course. Don't listen to music while commuting. Listen to audiobooks. Don't sit around. Do something for yourself. These somewhat little changes will have a bigger impact on you than you know. With time, it will all stack up. One course will become 10. One audiobook will become 100. 1 hour a day of productive work will become a successful company. Keep going through the uncomfortable. If you're passionate about something and you truly want something, no matter how many times you fail, you won't quit.